This video is a sample from the Secret Guitar Teacher Interactive course, The 5 Main Elements of Music. The 5 main elements of music. Element number 1, musical notes. Part 6, the CAGED system, complete drill. Finally, we need to extend this drill to include all the notes from the chromatic scale. And indeed, that means playing all the notes on the fretboard. To help with this, I first want to point out a very useful connection between the names of the octave patterns and the names of the open string notes. So for example, the A shape octave pattern starts on the A string. The G shape octave pattern starts on the G string. The E-shaped octave pattern starts on the E string. The D-shaped octave pattern starts on the D string. Now, if you're wide awake, you may have noticed that I made no mention of the C shape. Well, of course, this is because there is no C string. But if we look at it from the other perspective, we've got the notes E, A, D, G, E and B, and there's no B in the word caged. So what we simply do is we cheat, and when we're dealing with the CAGED system, we talk about this second string here as being the C string, so as it lines up with the C shape. So we say the C shape starts on the C string. So I think it helps to think of the open string name B and the C octave pattern as being like two single people who turn up at a party where everybody else is already coupled up. Inevitably, they're going to end up in bed towards the end of the night. So now let me take you through the whole drill step by step. We start with the note C. As shown in the previous exercise. Next, in our chromatic scale, we come up to the note C sharp. Now this is on the C string, so we start with the C shape again. And just continue exactly the same pattern. C, A, G, spelling the word caged, E, D, C again, A again, and then I've run out of space. Next note I want is D. Well, there's a D here, but actually what we really want is a D as far down the fretboard, as far away from us in this direction as we can get. And there's one we've kind of left behind here, which is the D behind the nut, the open D string. So I'm going to put my first finger there. And now because I'm starting on the D string, I start with the D shape. Now I've immediately come to the end of the word caged, so I start to spell it again. I put my first finger there where the little finger was, and I use the C shape, A shape, G shape. And next note will be D sharp. Well, there's a D, D sharp, that's the lowest I'm going to find. And again, I'm on the D string, so I start with the D shape. And then C, A, G, E shape, D shape, and start again, C shape, A shape. The next note I'll be looking for in the chromatic scale will be E. But once again, I mustn't leave these low E's behind, so I go back to our open E, put my first finger on there, and of course being on the E string, I know I have to start with the E shape. So that's the one where the first finger jumps across, so I leave my third finger there as a marker for the next shape, replace it with my first finger. After E in the word caged, we get D, so I play the D shape, C shape, we're back to the beginning of the word, A, G. Next note would be F. Well, the lowest F I can find is here. Again, I'm on the E string, so I start with the E shape, D shape, and then again with the C shape, A, G. Next one would be F sharp. Then G. But wait a minute, I've left this G behind. So let's move back to there. The open string G, I put my finger on it. We're on the G string, so we start with the G shape. Big stretch. Replace my third finger, E shape. Notice if I'm ever lost, I simply ask myself, which string is my first finger? It's on the D shape. D string must be the D shape next. On the C string, must be the C shape. A string must be the A shape. So you can always, if you lose concentration, you can always pick up the pattern from whichever string you find yourself on. Alright, so where were we? F sharp, G, G sharp. First fret on the G string, so it must be a G shape. E, D, C, A, G, E, and that's as far as I'm going to get. Okay, and next we have A. Well, we could use this A here, but wait a minute. There's another A way back here, so we come back again to the open string. On the A string, start with the A shape. G, E, D, C, A, G, E. A sharp. Again, we're on the A string, so we start the A shape. G, E, D, C, A, G. Up to the note B. But wait a minute, there's a B back here. So let's go to that one. And that, of course, is on the C string. So we start with the C shape, A shape, G, so on. And after B, we're back to C again. The whole drill through every note on the chromatic scale typically takes me about 1 minute 40 seconds to work through. Now, I suggest setting your target at somewhere around 2 minutes as being more than fast enough to be able to turn this little trick into a really useful weapon. Thoroughly learned, the CAGED system of octave patterns is the single most useful tool for navigating the fretboard. Here, we're using it to find all the notes, but as we shall see further along on the course, it also provides us with a method for finding all chords, arpeggios, scales, and modes as well. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you'd really like to maximise your potential as a guitar player, click on the link in the description below to the Secret Guitar Teacher site. Here you can sign up for a 30-day trial free of charge and without obligation. We won't even ask you for your credit card number.